What's up? This is NyVo, and this is the Audeze CRBN. I wanted to edit this recording. You're listening right now to the second part of the recording. So this was all filmed, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and since then I had a chance to hear this headphone on better gear, and it changed my mind about the headphone quite a lot. You'll hear during this review that I didn't think whole much of the headphone, but after hearing it on a Cord Dave with the M scaler and a 3ES, which is a really expensive chain, but it did make the headphone sound quite a bit better, to the point where I could see how someone would actually really like it. And it's still, to me, not competing with Susvara or any of the main high-end headphones that you hear about. It's really close though, and it has its own little things that it's good at. So with that being said, here comes the second part of the review, which is when I heard the gear on cheaper Energizers, and you'll see that it's not as favorable of a review, but that just goes to show how much the headphone can scale. So keep that in mind. If you have this headphone already, you should already be looking into different Energizers or whatever. All right, see you guys. What's up, everyone? Today I have the Audeze CRBN electrostatic headphone with carbon nanotubes infused into the driver. That's why they call it CRBN, carbon nanotubes. It looks great in person. Probably looks good on the film too. I can't really tell, but it does look good. With one exception, this plastic part looks kind of weird. It looks like they tried to stylize it with some maybe pearlescent marks on it, but it comes off looking like fingerprints and scuff marks, which I guess is good if you're trying to hide fingerprints and scuff marks, but it's just kind of a weird thing to put there. And it looks like a cheaper plastic. Other than that, I mean, I can't complain. It looks pretty awesome, and it is lightweight and comfortable. That's very important too, and it doesn't heat up my ears like a lot of headphones do. So nice set to use while you're working, or in the summertime. It won't bother you too much. One negative thing I could say about it right away is there's this crinkling effect when you put them onto your head. You can sometimes hear the stator quite loudly crinkle, and I don't know what causes it, but on this set it's very loud sometimes. And the Voce from Dan Clark Audio does that too. This one does it quite a bit louder than that, and it's kind of scary almost. It didn't sound like it should be happening, but it does. And yeah, anyways, let's talk about the sound quality. You would think that it's an E-stat with carbon nanotube. It's going to be like, oh, it's going to have great bass, it's going to have crazy detail and harmonics and all that. It doesn't really have all that. It's not a technical phenomenon or anything. But I can't say it's not bad either. It's more of a laid-back set for chilling and just listening in the background, really. So don't expect Susvara level of technicality or any like SR09S. It's not there. It doesn't have that level. But it for having on the chart, let's see here. On the chart, it has pretty flat bass, but for being flat bass, I do like. Normally, I like elevated bass, but on this set, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. It still has some oomph to the bass, like you can really some tactility to it. So I don't feel like I'm missing anything in the bass too much, but it's not really your EDM hip hop type of headphone. I would suggest something else for that. This is more for chilling and just listening to music in the background. The detail, again, I thought if there's carbon nanotubes and E-stat, that combination would make the treble really good, but actually on the chains that I've heard it on, which is the SRM, SRD7, SRDP, which are the lower tier energizers, there's not much treble detail, and there's actually some harmonic issues that I've noticed. Now, I don't know if that's just because of the lower end energizers or not. People have told me that this is really good on a BHSE, which is a $6,000 tube energizer from it's called a Blue Hawaii. So from the chart, you can see the vocals are boosted a bit, and I do hear that. That's what I hear the most on this headphone, is vocals are very clear and plenty of detail in the vocals. So I'd say, yeah, it's just not technically the greatest headphone, but anyways, so the stage is very intimate. The imaging also I'm not very impressed with. For an E-stat, this is one of the worst imaging for an E-stat, which, you know, still beats other headphones. Who could I recommend it to? I guess I'd say just anyone looking for something that looks great, number one, and just something that they can chill to and be comfortable in, and not care about having the best sounding headphone. They just want something that is nice and relaxing and just sounds good enough, I would say. For the price, I have a hard time recommending it, but some people just have fat pockets, so I guess if you're one of those people, this is a cool one just to have. It looks great. All right, y'all. See you later.